Alright, so you said you a child of God, but you ain't perfect.
Right.
So what did God say for his children to be? How did he say you're supposed to be as his children?
We're supposed to follow God's commandments.
In Matthew 5:48. So you said I'm a child of God, but I ain't perfect. What was that supposed to mean? Was that supposed to be an excuse to be out here breaking God's commandments?
It's not an excuse because we got 5 senses. He gave us all 5 senses.
Okay. Watch this is what?
Matthew chapter 5 verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So you said you're a child of God. So he said if you got a perfect Father, he said be ye perfect as your Father is perfect. So how do we be perfect?
As God is perfect.
Yeah, how do we be perfect? First thing you say. How do we be perfect?
Lord, do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
And not sin against God.
And not sin against God. You know what sin is?
What I be doing?
Okay. Read what you got. Watch this.
Sometimes I lie, sometimes I...
Watch this, sis. Watch this.
1 Kings chapter 8 verse 61. Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments.
So that's how you be perfect. You keep the commandments, right?
Yeah.
So give me Deuteronomy 22:5. So you grew up in church? Yeah.
I had to go.
Okay, did they teach you commandments? Did they teach you commandments?
My pastor Frank Stevenson did.
Your pastor Frank Stevenson taught you God's commandments.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? So, okay, we finna read you a commandment and we gonna see if Pastor Frank Stevenson, that's what you said, right? We gonna see if Pastor Frank Stevenson ever taught you this. And if he didn't, he failed you and he a false prophet.
Oh, Lord, don't do it.
We finna say, you said he taught you the commandments, but if he didn't teach you this, he failed you and he a false prophet. Alright, check this out.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 verse 5.
Bring it out.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So did he ever teach you that?
No.
See that? He a false prophet. He fake. He let you down, sis. That ain't no real pastor. That ain't no real pastor. Give me Jeremiah 3:15. That's why we out here. Why you think we came to J.C. Napier Projects? Why you think we come to the slums? Why people struggling and hurting and down bad? Because we know we've been lied to by these pastors. Ain't nobody really out here trying to help us.
Right.
Why ain't the pastors coming out here trying to heal their people? Try to clean up the neighborhood? Nothing. That's why we out here. Watch this. Read what you got.
Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
So God said a real pastor is going to feed you with knowledge. That includes who you are, what God requires of you, and understanding, meaning you going to understand what God, they're not just going to read you the words out the page and not explain them to you. Like I'm doing right now, I'm explaining to you what the scripture means. You understand? That's what the real pastors of God are going to do.
Right.
So if they not doing that, then they are false prophet.
Right.
Give me Micah 3:11. I'm going to show you what Pastor Frank Stevenson was, all right? I'm finna show you what he was doing. I'm finna show you. I'm finna show you. What kind of car he drive?
He drives all kind of
He drive all kind of car. Okay. Watch this.
That's the collection.
I'm finna show you Pastor Frank Stevenson in the Holy Bible.
Bring it out.
Micah chapter 3 verse 11.
Bring it out.
The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money.
For what?
For money.
For what?
For money.
That's how Frank Stevenson do it for the money. He not worried about your well-being. He not worried about if you being perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect.
Right.
All he worried about is putting the money into the basket. That's it. That's why he driving all kind of cars and living in a whole better neighborhood than the rest of his congregants. You see what I'm saying? So why you think God is allowing our people to be deceived by all these fake pastors?
Because we follow the wrong.
Why?
The wrong God.
You worshiping the wrong God.
That's right.
I worship
What God our people worship? Keep it real,
The
is
white
it?
man.
The white man.
That's right.
How you know that?
Because that's who I was.
Huh?
But see, my uncle's a Muslim, and but I know who God is. God's a black man.
That's right.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But this is why people worship. Why are you married? Why not?
To Jesus.
You okay.
I don't want them.
Do you got kids?
They
so
all
you-
grown.
So you got kids, but you didn't marry their father. Why?
Because he wasn't no good.
Because he wasn't no good. Okay.
He was good to them. He was good to me, but as far as being honest and, loyal, no.
Okay. So this is a problem in our communities. Our black sisters, they grow up, they have children by men, they don't get married to these men, right?
That's right.
And they disrespect these men and say the men ain't no good and stuff like that. And then they get in their 40s and 50s and they all by themselves. They wandering around with no hedge, no protection, no provider.
I'm
Right.
protected.
That stuff is destroying our community, sis. But you know what it is? It's because deep down inside, all the reverence that the black woman got is for this man. All the reverence and respect that the admiration of the black woman got is for this. That's why we gotta cast this down. As long as our people believe in a white God, the black woman will never respect the black man how she should.
Black man need to respect the black woman.
You said the black man need to respect the black woman.
Right.
Give me Ephesians 5:33. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you God commandments. Remember, we dealing with God commandments, right?
Yeah. I mean, I need to
Okay.
give me something to eat over here. I'll be back though. Come on back.
No, don't go. This is your food. We feeding you right now. Remember? We feeding you with knowledge and understanding. Remember that. This food is way more important. Watch this, read.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 33. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself.
So the black man gotta learn how to love the black woman as
he
himself.
love
He gotta
himself.
marry the black woman first of all.
Yeah.
And love her as himself.
Right.
But watch this, read.
And the wife, see that she reverence her husband.
And it says that the wife has to reverence her husband, not a boyfriend, not a baby daddy. She gotta marry the man that she lays down with, and she has to reverence them.
That's true.
You know what the word reverence means? Honor, deep respect, admiration, praise, worship. God said the black woman ought to be worshiping the black man. But is that what you
I ain't
saying?
worshiping no black man.
You said you ain't worshiping no black man, but you said God is black.
God is black.
You said Jesus
I
black.
worship God. I ain't worship no man.
But God just said, give me Psalms 45 and 10.
Hit me with the
God said you ought to worship your black man, believe it or
Why?
not.
You don't worship her?
He ain't supposed to worship you.
Yeah, he is, baby.
That's how we failed in the first place. That's why we in a position that we in. You gotta humble down, sis. Read what you got.
Psalms chapter 45, verse 10.
What's up, big bro? Hey, you got time? Alright, don't rush. We got a lot to show you. Don't rush away. Now watch this, read.
Hearken, O daughter, and consider, and incline thine ear. Forget also thine own people, and thy father's house. So shall the king greatly desire thy beauty, for he is thy Lord, and worship thou him.
And do what?
And worship thou him.
That's what God said. Now, hey, bro, how you doing? Do you know who you are according to the Bible?
I'll be right back.
Huh? You don't? Okay. What's up? Alright, so do you believe in the Bible? Okay. You been in church? Okay. So you believe in the Bible but don't know who you are according to the Bible. But you ain't been in church, they don't teach you. Have you been in church growing up as a kid?
Yeah.
Did they ever teach who black people was according to the Bible? Alright, give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. So have you ever heard of Moses, let my people go? Have you ever heard that? That ring a bell? Huh? Nope. Okay, I got you. You got a lot to learn, but we're gonna show you. We're gonna show you in a short time, Lord's will. Alright, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So God brought this nation out of Egypt. Pay attention. Focus with me, bro. So God brought this nation out of slavery. And he making a deal with them in the wilderness, right? He said if you keep the commandments, he would do what? Was you listening when we read the verse? What did he say? If you keep the commandments, you're going to do what? Huh?
Read again, friend. Read again.
All right. Pay attention for me, bro. Pay attention. It's very important. Watch this. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 20.
Hold on, wait. 2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, this is the greatest news you're going to ever hear in your life.
That's right.
You just got to give me a couple of minutes, bro. I'm trying to paint the picture for you. 2 minutes. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
God said if this nation kept the commandments, that he would set them on high. Read.
Above all nations.
Above all. Have you ever been taught that the Lord was trying to set one nation above every other nation? Have you ever heard that story? Okay. So, what I'm telling you is we are that nation. God wanted to thug it out. God said that they would be cursed. God said that they would go through evil things. So, if you're wondering why we got to go to Nashville, Tennessee, to find black people in Nashville, Tennessee, we got to go to public housing. We got to go to J.C. Napier projects. Meanwhile, you got the high rises, the skyscrapers, you got the good neighborhoods with the good country white folk. Why I got to go here to find the most precious people on the planet Earth? How did we end up here? How did we end up here? Where's the black man at that want to know the answers? Where's the black man at that want to know his history? Why the black man want to be asleep and hang on the corner all day? Why? Read Isaiah 51 verse 20. Isaiah 51 verse 20. We ain't got nothing better to do but to hang on the block in the hot sun looking confused. What is life? What is life to the black man? You got all of these lost souls out here, all of this to build up. Your people out here strung out on crack. The young kids out here with no guidance.
Right.
Who gonna show them who they are? Who gonna guide them to be great? Or is we gonna continue the cycle of gangsters, prison inmates, crackheads? What we gonna do? All we wanna do is aspire to be rappers and drug dealers? We can't be gods and rulers of the earth. Come on, Isaiah 51 verse 20.
Isaiah chapter 51 verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets.
Hey, at We Chopping Barbershop, God is talking to y'all. God said his sons have fainted, have fallen from the highest state that he made you to be. You have fallen from a God to a Negro that sag his pants, that smoke blackened mouths, that hoe his women out. God said you have fallen. You was a ruler of the earth.
That's right.
You had slaves.
Right.
You had gold, silver, you had castles. You had cities.
Right.
Now you fighting over blocks that don't belong to you.
Right.
God said you have fallen, black man. He talking to you. This Bible is all about you. What did he say they do?
Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets.
All they want to do is hang in the streets. All they want to do is post up on the block. Hey, sis. Okay, go ahead. Read on.
As a wild bull in their neck. They are full of fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God.
That's why people fail to understand. The reason why we struggling, why we going through what we going through, is because we dealing with the rebuke, meaning correction of God. Right. You wonder why you want to. You wonder why you got it hard, because God is trying to correct you.
Right.
God is trying to bring you back to royalty.
That's right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.